What's up, Bazzle babes? It's your girl Joy back with another video. I am running late to work. In my mind, I was gonna make it there early, child. Obviously, that didn't happen. I don't know. I just keep hitting that snooze button. I'm a snooze queen. It makes no sense. And I have so much to do to prepare for my morning. Oof. And I'm gonna be late. I'm probably gonna be 5 minutes late. Well, the kids don't start until almost 9, but teachers have to be there 8:15. But child, there sometimes I stay there till 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, but they never, you know, most people don't look at that. Oh, you were late. But what, you know, but what about the times I stayed hours and hours? I don't know, but I made my coffee, packed my lunch, leftover lunch for my little Easter dinner with Sydney. Okay, so let's get on to work. This week we are analyzing the sun. This week we're analyzing the movie the Odyssey, and I was up to almost midnight reading up on the movie and stuff. So, but it wasn't that, it was the snoozing. Ugh. All right, so let's get to work and get everything set. Well, I'm almost at school. Just gotta go clock in and head to my classes. Totally falling apart. Walking to my classroom. My belt fell off. I clocked in, put my lunch away, walked upstairs. I don't have much time to get myself together. So, oh gosh. But it's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, Bailey teachers. The time is 8:21 here in the front office, and I hope everyone had a great drive-in after a great weekend. Just a reminder that we are back on regular schedule today, so students will report to their first period class. Our 6th grade students are going to remain reporting to their first period, and 8th grade and 7th grade will be going to the gyms. So we will see you around this morning. We can start heading to our new locations. Thank you. Bye-bye.
So, I need to set up my laptop. And I don't even know why I took my laptop home, because it didn't even come out of the bag, child, at all. The laptop, it's set up to child. Ooh, coffee over here. I need to put the date and stuff. Get my do now up. Ooh, baby. It's just that I had so much stuff this morning, and I always play music in my class. I play lo-fi hip-hop, but we're watching a video today. Okay, so I need to get to my do now. See, okay, here we go. Woo. And then we were working in the class. I gotta turn all my lights on. We did projects in the classroom all last week. They are all on the floor. They did not stay up. So I don't know if people want to take their fell down. I gotta turn my lamps on. I'm glad I rearranged the class Friday before I left. So I guess all these things, it is hot mess. It is hot mess. So before I left Friday, I did do this. I did that. So I did take care of that. And then we were working on a state standard strategy. So this was the example I was doing with this kid. Okay, let me find a do now, child. So I will check in with you later. So this is my 4th period, my planning period. So I'm preparing my do now for tomorrow. Excuse me. So I'm preparing my do now for tomorrow. The kids are actually getting into the movie. The Odyssey, I do have to stop quite a bit to explain things, and then I check for understanding, and I tell them don't sit there and not understand. If you don't understand, I will explain it. I'll rewind the movie. So I've been writing down the cast of characters' names as they appear in the movie. So trying to help them out as much because I want them all to pass. And then there's going to be a quiz, a 20-question quiz that we're going to break down to 2 grades on Friday and Monday based on the story. So if you're not watching the story, and I will also let them know that they can watch it at home. They can just Google it and watch it to catch up if they want to. So that will be their homework, to go home and watch this movie. That's a good idea. I need to fix my board for this week or else I get in trouble. That's a good idea. But they seem to be getting into it, and they were a little talkative in the beginning of the class, but now I think they understand that my grades, because they got their report cards, now I think they understand that I'm not playing. If you're gonna sit there and not do work, and I'm basically feeding you the information, I'm helping them along the way. They said that they like that we stop and discuss different parts of the movie, so they do like that. But they could go home and just watch it straight through, so I will let them know that tomorrow. So we're gonna do the movie again, but we may have to stop for kids who may not have passed the STAR. We may have to stop the movie and then focus on preparing them for the second release of STAR if they didn't pass. So we're trying to find out what we need to do with that. But it's actually a good movie if you really analyze different things. And that's the struggle with kids, how to analyze things. So I'm trying to help them along the way. And I said, if I'm stopping the movie, then that means this is stuff you need to write down. This is their symbolism. This is a symbol for something. What do we think it's a symbol for? And trying to understand all the characters in the movies. Because Greek mythology, sometimes you gotta take your time with that, okay? But I think they're really getting into the movie. So I'm getting ready to set up my do now, because I put everything on my board and it's projected, and they do get graded on a do now. A do now is what they do when they first come to class, and it should not take more than 5 minutes. So while kids are getting their binders and getting all their notebooks and stuff, so this is what you should be doing. You should be having a conversation. So it's been going pretty well. Some stuff, you know, you watch a movie like 99,000 times, you see some things that you normally wouldn't see. So we're just writing down a list of characters and writing down the characteristic traits of the different people in the movie. Some movies you gotta pick a piece, honey. And this is one you gotta pick a piece. This is a 3-hour movie, okay? So, but I hope we don't have to stop. But we'll see, we'll see. And then pencils, you know, the kids don't come prepared sometimes, or some kids. So I never want them to miss a lesson based on that. So I put my name on the pencils. So I put Bazzle on all the pencils, because they will walk out and all the pencils be gone. So I'll be like, return your Bazzle pencils. I think I lost about 10 pencils already. But I never want them not to do work over a pencil. It's not that serious to me. The thing that does take a long time, they keep their little notebooks here. It's a little composition notebook in their folders. They do keep those here, and sometimes that can be a little tough because taking that time in the morning, but we're afraid that the notebooks won't come back, then they won't be prepared, so we keep them here. I don't know. So I need to get my do now ready for tomorrow, and I need to do my board back here because that is not up to date, honey. So let me get that done. And then my next period class is a 30-minute class. So during that class, not really class, there's no grade for, and the kids know that. So, but still, it's still my house, my class, so you do what I asked you to do in my house. So what I've started to do, because they don't really read, they're just not, they're trying to get to lunch. And so what I've done, so in order to prepare them for high school and note-taking in college, we watch CNN student news, and they have to write 3 things they learn, and 2 questions that they may have, and then they have to report the news. And I kind of make it a contest, so I was like, you got to keep writing, and I modeled how to do it first. And one boy, Hunty, I said it's gonna be a competition. The one who has the best, you can be a news reporter. And we learn a lot about what's going on in the world. We learn the process of note-taking and listening carefully, because a lot of the kids, my ears itching, so a lot of kids, they don't really know how to listen, but they get into the CNN student news. I think it's phenomenal. We learn about current events, they learn about how to take notes, and then their reporter, they have to report back what they've learned. And if they do a great job, one boy, he was like, oh, I'm gonna win this prize. He was into it, child. He won a little bag of candy, the one who had the best news reports. So it's about learning how to listen effectively and knowing the main points to write down, and it's great. 3 things, before it was a 3, 2, 1. I don't remember. 3 things you learn, 2 questions you have, and 1 thing you want to know. It was 3, 2, 1. So, but this one we do 3 things you learn and 2 questions you have, like more information that you would like to learn about what's going on in the news. And it's the same as writing annotations, but we're listening. So I still think it's a useful skill that the kids could be used on state standardized testing, knowing what to write and writing down the main points only. So it's still very useful. So I'm really excited that I decided to do that, because they really wasn't reading a book. It wasn't a grade. We couldn't really analyze in like 30 minutes. By the time they get settled and get their folders and this and that, it's about 15 minutes into 10 minutes. So I just said, this is great, and they love it. So I'm gonna get my board ready, and I really want some water. I'll probably go downstairs and get me some ice, child. Y'all know I love my ice. And then after that, I have lunch. So let me get my board together, child. So I have about 25 minutes left. I got my board. So you have to have what the students should be able to do by the end of your class, the do now that they should do when they come in class, and I always put the agenda, what we're doing in class, and an exit ticket, what they should know. So it's a little activity you give them. And the homework I gave them to go home and watch the movie on your own, because you know, sometimes when you watch a movie twice, you see things that you normally didn't see. And then I have up here the exam, so they know that there's an exam coming on Friday. Friday and Monday to be exact. So it's just recalling the movie. If you were paying attention, boop, 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 then you good to go. And you have an opportunity, I'm letting you know, you have an opportunity to watch part 1 at home. So if you don't want to take heed to any of that, that means you just didn't listen and you did what you wanted to do and not what you had to do. So I'm getting ready to go downstairs and return the Chrome card, because people have been looking for it, and I hope the elevator is working. So I will be back at the end of my day to let you know how that went, child. Seriously. Well, The day is over. Thank you for hanging out with me. The rest of the day, it went well. The kids are a little chatty, and that's kind of expected coming off a break. Some of them are getting into the movie. Some say they're not into it. But I think it's actually a very good movie when you analyze the different things of the movie. Because when you're learning different things, different symbols, and what is that symbolic of, it opens your mind to thinking differently and seeing things differently. So some kids are really getting into it, and they are more than welcome to watch the movie on their own if they don't like the stopping. So like my first class, 45 minutes after they did their do now, their warm-up activity, as soon as they get in the room, we only got through 12 minutes of the movie because we stopped so much. Then they had to write down the characteristics of certain characters. So I'm glad the day is over, but it's kind of just beginning, because now I have to go home to my own kids who have so many things to do. One has banquet, one needs a red belt, this one needs this one wants plain rice cakes. So I'm about to start my second job. I'm tired, but I think the day went well, and some of the students were glad to be back. Back in Miss Bazzle's class, because I hadn't had some of them for several weeks. So tomorrow's another day. We'll continue the movies. We'll probably do a timeline, and we'll continue to work on that plot diagram of the movie The Odyssey. Well, if you have any suggestions, any activities that you know of for The Odyssey, please let me know. So give this video a thumbs up, and thank you for hanging out with me. But I am getting ready to go to my second job. So this is the movie that we're watching. Yep, so that stays here. I wanted to wipe down some of the desks, but I'll do that tomorrow. In my head, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, give this video a thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for hanging out with me. I will catch you next time. Later.